Part in that with the Phantom Pain trailer from Moby Dick Studios. Can you tell that story? Like, how much did you know going into it? How much were you kind of biting your tongue?
Yeah, he came to me one year at Comic-Con. We usually meet every year at Comic-Con, and he came to me, and we had done Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance the year before at the Video Game Awards, and he came to me and said, "Hey, I have something I want to talk to you about for this year's show." And he assembled me and a bunch of the Konami executives there in a room at Comic-Con, and he sort of took out a little piece of paper, and he's like, "I want to show, want to explain something to you. I have this vision for my next game," and it was this timeline. And he sort of said, "Hey, there are going to be sort of, 3 parts to this, game." I had this vision for my next game, and it was this timeline. And he sort of said, "Hey, there are going to be sort of, 3 parts to this, game." And he's like, "I want to talk to you about sort of this first part, which is this prequel that's going to sort of take place, earlier on. It's going to be sort of this character, and he's going to be in a hospital. And I sort of want to tease this first, but I don't want to tell people that it is Metal Gear Solid 5. And then, the next year I'm going to come back, and I'm going to tell you, I'm going to reveal it's Metal Gear Solid 5. And he had this whole timeline that he sort of wrote out on this piece of paper about the, here's the 80s, here's now, here's all the timings of it. And then he sort of showed this to me and showed all the Konami people there. And they said, "You got that?" And I'm like, "Yep." And he ripped up the piece of paper. He's like, "I can't tell, I have to destroy it. I can't tell anyone again." And I think the Konami people were sort of a little shocked at the time because he said, "Hey, I want to reveal this game at the Video Game Awards. I don't want to say it's from Konami. I want to say it's from Moby Dick Studios, and I don't want to say it's a Metal Gear game." And I think, everyone at Konami, their head sort of exploded. It's like, wait, so we can't even say this is our game? What's going on? And, he was genius. And then so he outlined the whole, Moby Dick plan and sort of how that was all going to play out. I think he was surprised how quickly people figured out that it was Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yeah. Why do you think he does this? Is it just the thrill? Like, he got such a juicy thrill out of Metal Gear Solid 2's tease and twist that he just wants to create more of those experiences?
Yeah, I think it's it's part of the game that he plays with people, right? I think the fans, they love Kojima for it. It's like he wants to. It's like the game to me is not just what was on the disc with Kojima; it's sort of everything around it, and it's part of the fun of giving fans something to speculate and talk about, or even that silly thing he did with Mogren and the guy in the bandages and all that. They interviewed him. I mean, it's just it's these crazy ideas. And they'll call me up and I'd be like, "Hey, you want to do this?" And honestly, it's silly, it's fun, but I'm like, heck, I mean, at least he makes it interesting, right?
Yeah.
And if you're waiting for a game for years and years, it's have some fun with the fans. And, it comes from a genuine place, right? I mean, it's not like he's really trying to hoodwink anyone. He's just sort of like, hey, this is a fun way. And I mean, if you really looked at that trailer for Phantom Pain, of course it's Metal Gear Solid 5, and you're going to figure it out. It's not like it's, he's pretending it's being made somewhere else. It's obviously there's no developer, and fans know that, right? So I think he's pretty honest about it. But it's fun collaborating with him, and he makes such amazing games and amazing assets. And sometimes he'll just call me and just be like, "Hey, what do you think of this?" Or even the
some point, Kojima is asked whether Solid Snake will be in Metal Gear Solid 5, to which he responded that he would not want to ruin any surprises, so he would rather not say anything on the subject matter. I don't know about you, but the fact that he doesn't flat out deny it is a pretty good indication. We've already seen him make an appearance. I hope he does during a flash forward or something, when Solid Snake is old enough to be voiced by David Hayter. We have already seen Big Boss make a last-minute appearance in Metal Gear Solid 4, so why not do the same for Solid Snake with David Hayter? We'll see what happens.
The chat says
Another.
you're James
Oh, I'm
Moran.
going down to E3 on Thursday
Oh, awesome.
to talk to the top executive of a major game company about a project I can't discuss. See, I can't talk about any of these things until they're done or being promoted.
Let me ask. Does it have anything to do with the recent tweet that you put out where you said, apparently, I can do facial capture, dots on your face with weird black stuff?
No.
Okay.
No, that was a weird thing. That actually was a test. I'm probably going to get in trouble for this too, for a very big video game series that wants to enhance the acting, the facial capture acting of their game,
It's Fallout
of their
4, right?
of their games. What's that?
Fallout 4, right?
Well, I can't say anything. Yeah, so which I didn't even know because they never tell us before we get there. And I got there and I said, so, you know, what kind of voice do you want? Do you want an accent? Do you want this or that? And they're like, whatever, you know, just do whatever feels good. I'm like, okay, what are we doing? What is the purpose of this? And they're like, oh, it's an internal company test. And I was like, okay. It's like, why did you hire me?
Yeah, right, you're the voice,
right? Most people, but so they had a little map, a little face map, and I went into the bathroom to paint it on. And if you look at that picture on my Twitter, I have accidentally put a line of dots down here, so I gave myself a sort of an accidental Clockwork Orange.
Nice.
That's great.
Extra eyelash.
Quentin, where were you? Why weren't you there to back Snake up?
And I was there. I mean, I got to be honest with you. All I was going to say is I have the answers for what David's experience was.
Oh, there were two producers, and it was sort of beneath them to do it. And then there were two sound people, and they didn't know how to do it. Quentin is a monster in the booth. He really is. We were all terrified, moment by moment. It was a life or death situation.
Never knew it was going to happen.
Ha 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 ha!